Morning, everyone. I'm Abhishek Ramkumar, CEO and founder of Abram Scientific. Today, I'd like to speak to you about blood clotting or coagulation and a rapid point-of-care diagnostic platform called CoagCare for precision coagulation management. Blood, and one of its most fascinating functions, is that of damage control. And by that, I mean forming blood clots in order to protect the body against harm because of cuts and injuries. It does this by maintaining a simple chemical balance between its different components, such as plasma, red blood cells, and platelets. When this balance is perturbed, essentially all of these components act in concert, turning blood from a fluid to a gel-like state, which we call a clot. And once the job is done, blood ends up dissolving or lysing itself, essentially self-regulating itself. This is why healthcare providers need access to rapid diagnostics that can monitor all aspects of this blood component activity and be able to understand how this balance was tipped in order to counteract against it and save lives. With this balance in mind, I'm going to highlight two scenarios that happen very frequently where healthcare providers are making life and death decisions in the dark because of insufficient or delayed diagnostics. The first application here is that of ER visits. There are about 140 million ER visits that occur on an annual basis in the US alone, and there's only about a tenth of blood volume left to basically transfuse them if they need it. This shortage has been fueled by COVID, and we've never recovered from it. In order to grapple with this shortage, healthcare providers, instead of transfusing patients with whole blood, ends up transfusing with platelets, plasma, as well as red blood cells, the components, if you may, and essentially able to save lives using one person's blood donation and save multiple lives. But the alarming statistic here is about 58% of all blood transfusions are estimated to be inappropriate or unnecessary. This is because there's a lack of rapid point-of-care diagnostics that can monitor all aspects of this balance and be able to have personalized transfusion as well as therapies that can be delivered accordingly. The second scenario over here is that of anticoagulants. One of the most alarming statistics here is that about a third of all ER visits are actually anticoagulant or blood thinner related, and making them the number one cause for adverse events due to drugs. Historically, warfarin was the mainstay in anticoagulation, where it was being prescribed for the most part, where you could test for it as well as reverse it using inexpensive agents. But now, over the past decade, there are two new classes of anticoagulants called direct oral anticoagulants, or DOACs, which are essentially taking up greater than 50% of the prescriptions. And the problem with these drugs is that you cannot test for it rapidly to tell the difference between one drug versus the other. And this causes a lot of headache because healthcare providers end up spending upwards of $100,000 to find the right reversal agents to give to the patient because they're operating in the dark. And what's worse is that about 20% of the patients that get the reversal agents, which are very expensive, they don't actually need them. The obvious solution here is to actually have a rapid point-of-care test that can measure all aspects of blood clotting, such as clotting time, clot stiffness, platelet activity, and so on and so forth. The current systems, called thromboelastography or TEG systems, are large, expensive, vibration sensitive, and take about 40 to 60 minutes for a complete result, which is just way too long to make transfusion decisions. Our solution to this problem is the CoagCare platform, which is implemented in a truly point-of-care format with a low-cost disposable card similar to that of a glucose test strip that interfaces with a wireless meter. One of the most important aspects of our particular technology is that it can deliver the complete results in 5 to 10 minutes compared to 40 to 60 minutes in the current systems. And it does this by actually monitoring the mechanical transformation of blood from a fluid to a gel by monitoring the viscoelastic curve and parameters coming out of our system to characterize the blood. And here's a sample of the measurement that comes out of our system, where on the top of the slide, you see the viscoelastic curve and parameters generated in under 10 minutes, compared to the current systems out there, which take about 60 minutes to generate the same parameters. And in our case, we can actually generate tens of additional parameters beyond the ones that the current systems generate. In terms of our meter, it's designed to be truly portable so that it's wireless, battery operated, and enhances ease of use. And if you look at it, it kind of looks like a point of sale reader similar to that you see in restaurants and clinics because it's designed to be intuitive for use. The other aspect of our technology is that of the disposable card. And our disposable card essentially houses our innovative resonant beam technology, which allows for measuring the viscoelastic properties of blood as it transforms from a fluid to a clot. But the beauty of this technology is that it is implemented using the same materials and processes that are used to make glucose test strips, making it a truly scalable platform with low cost of goods. In terms of clinical data, we have done hundreds of tests using our platform to verify and validate that our system is clinically capable to perform the entire gamut of coagulation tests, which in this case is 6+ tests. And in addition, we've also filed patent protection and secured 15 patents which were granted worldwide, and about 6 patent applications and trademark applications currently in process. In terms of our market, we're planning to target the $9 billion coagulation diagnostics market, which spans the entire gamut of coagulation tests. We plan to start with the TEG market, which is about $3 billion in size worldwide, and then get into the anticoagulant market, which is in a sum total of close to $6 billion worldwide. In terms of our go-to-market strategy, we plan to target the TEG market, which is currently plagued by a CapEx model, where you have a $50,000 instrument that is sold to a hospital, which has expensive disposables at about $100 a piece. The issue that this creates is that the hospitals don't have any margin to make any money from the per-test reimbursement, which is about $86. That's less than the disposable price. We plan to disrupt this market using our CoagCare system with the meter priced below the CapEx limit at $5,000 and have the disposables priced below the reimbursement amount, so in which way the hospitals get access to a rapid, portable, high-accuracy system, but can also turn a profit per test using the reimbursement dollars. Further, we envision a world where we have multiple meters, not just one like the current system, but multiple meters in every hospital, and have them be able to test more and more using our system. And when you have a razor blade model such as ours, with our disposables, which have low cost of goods, we can see margins of close to 70 to 80%, essentially allowing for expanded use of it and increasing the market and growing it exponentially. In terms of our competition, Abram's CoagCare system outperforms the competitions in a variety of respects, ranging from the platform capability to 5 to 10 minutes for the result time, as well as the low cost of goods. From a timeline perspective, we've been very efficient from a capital point of view. We've raised $7.5 million. $5 million of it comes from support from NSF and DoD grants, which we're very grateful for. And we've also raised a $2.5 million seed round that we closed last year. And with this, we've taken the technology from scratch to all the way to a production scale prototype that we're planning to start clinical studies in the next quarter. In addition, we've also gotten clearance from the FDA to basically proceed with the 510K strategy, and we plan to submit that and expect clearance towards the end of next year. We are currently raising a $10 million Series A round, and we are engaged with investors, strategics, as well as government contracts. And the idea here is that it would support us to finish the clinical studies, get our regulatory clearances, scale our manufacturing for our meters and our disposables, and be able to initiate sales through a strategic. With multiple products in our portfolio, we estimate that our financial projections estimate about sales of about greater than $250 million in 5 years, within which time frame we expect to become profitable. In terms of, going back one slide, in terms of the stars that you see over here, they are milestones triggering value inflection points. And I'll give you a little bit more color in this particular space, where you have M&As listed over here over the past 10 plus years, where really the upshot here is that large medical device manufacturers such as Abbott end up spending upwards of $200 million in acquiring companies which are one-trick ponies, where you have a single test that the technology can perform. Given CoagCare's platform capability to perform the entire set of coagulation tests while ensuring that we have 70 to 80% margins, we believe Abram can create value that's multiple times higher than the comps in the market. I'll take a quick minute to talk about our team. Very proud of our team. I've had the privilege to work alongside these amazing individuals who have decades of experience in diagnostics, specifically in point-of-care diagnostics. And one in particular I'd like to highlight is Mags McInerney, who is heading our product development, who's been in the coagulation diagnostics business for about 40 years. And they lovingly call her the mother of CoagCare and Roche, because she was one of the people who were engaged in developing that technology all the way to creating $3 billion annually for Roche. Richard Wired as well, who's our VP of Engineering, has scaled up diagnostic test strip manufacturing at J&J and has been able to move forward with that. We are also privileged to be working alongside key opinion leaders and collaborators at our clinical hospital sites that are working to ensure that we design and test our system to meet the market needs. That's us here at Abram Scientific. If you have any questions, would like to discuss further, I'd be happy to engage with you off stage. Thank you.